Greetings to everyone, Mss.Roth.Recaps here. Today I'm going to explain a movie called Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, released in the year 2022. In this video, we will discuss the film that is the sequel to Black Panther. Of course, it will continue the struggle of the Wakandan people to protect vibranium after the death of King T'Challa. But Marvel does an excellent job with this film, despite the fact that they had to rewrite the entire plot due to the death of the main character, T'Challa. Played by Chadwick Boseman, this film will also be a tribute to the Black Panther. So, in this film, we will see who will be the next Black Panther. But before we get to the storyline, I want to remind you guys first, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Okay, let's keep going with this story. Spoilers ahead. Stay safe and enjoy. The film begins with Shuri attempting to create heirloom plants, as we recall from the first Black Panther film, in which Eric destroyed all of the heirloom plants. At this time, T'Challa, who is dying, really needs those plants. Shuri also tries to take advantage of all the technology. But unfortunately, she fails. Queen Ramonda came to meet Shuri and said that King T'Challa had passed away. His family and all the people of Wakanda mourned the death of King T'Challa. They also accompanied the Black Panther to his final resting place. 1 year later, Queen Ramonda attended a UN meeting and during the meeting, Wakanda was under pressure from other countries to distribute vibranium as promised by King T'Challa. But Queen Ramonda also explained that Wakanda had not agreed to share vibranium with the outside world. This decision was also taken into consideration because Wakanda has now lost the Black Panther as its protector. Even so, don't think that the sign of this country is weak. One day, the soldiers sent by France go to steal the vibranium from the Wakanda vibranium mine, leaving evidence of their capture behind. Queen Ramonda made it clear to all countries not to mess with Wakanda and not to dare illegally exploit vibranium, even thinking about it. In the Atlantic Ocean at night, the CIA agents used the new vibranium detector in their expedition to find vibranium in the ocean. With the help of the detection device, they found the minor vibranium that they were looking for. And some divers were ordered to get to the bottom of the ocean to inspect the mine. The divers, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished not long after. One detector that was part of their expedition to find vibranium had heard people singing in the ocean using the detection device. A few minutes later, a sound of singing came from the bottom of the ocean. The sound is so hypnotic that it makes the entire crew of the ship want to jump into the sea. Following that, some mysterious blue-skinned people climbed the ship and murdered all CIA agents. Hundreds of people were killed in that incident, and only the expedition's leader survived. Valentina was her name, and she saved herself in this accident. Following that incident, CIA agents accused Wakanda of being the perpetrator of their mass killing. At night, Queen Ramonda asked Shuri to burn the white cloaks with her as a symbol that they had accepted the death of T'Challa. Shuri, on the other hand, refuted because she was still mourning him in the darkness. Suddenly something came from the lake area. Namor, the leader of the blue-skinned people's force, was the one who previously attacked the CIA agents. The Queen Ramonda and Shuri, who saw this, were of course surprised because Namor could easily get through the sophisticated security in Wakanda. Namor then blamed T'Challa, who had revealed the existence of vibranium to the outside world. He blamed the king's decision to be reproached for announcing vibranium to the outside world and said that, as a result, many parties had stolen vibranium, even to the bottom of the sea. It turns out that, like in Wakanda, there is a vibranium mine near where he lives. He also asked Queen Ramonda to arrest a scientist who was responsible for creating a vibranium detection device. If Queen Ramonda refuses, he will not hesitate to bring his troops to attack Wakanda. The next day, Shuri and Okoye went to meet Everett K. Ross's agent to find out the identity of the scientist referred to by the name of Everett K. Ross's agent. They also received information that the scientist who had created the vibranium detector was actually an MIT student, named Riri Williams. Shuri then invited Riri to come with them to Wakanda. Before leaving, Riri took Shuri and Okoye to her base to pack up things. That's where Riri kept all of her research results, which amazed Shuri. But just before they left, the FBI suddenly came and surrounded Riri's headquarters. So that Shuri escaped by using a motorbike and Okoye by using Riri's car, while Riri was wearing the Iron Heart costume that she created to run away. When they managed to escape from the FBI, they were suddenly attacked by Namor's army, which had the leaders of the army, who were called Atuma and Namora, who killed all the FBI personnel and fought Okoye, who was their opponent. Okoye was finally defeated because she couldn't fight their crew alone. Riri and Shuri were then kidnapped and brought by Namor's army to an underwater kingdom that was called Talokan. In Wakanda, Okoye reported about everything that had happened. She had been defeated by Namor's army while she was trying to protect Princess Shuri. Unfortunately, Queen Ramonda didn't accept that reason, so Okoye was finally fired from Darami. After that, Queen Ramonda went to meet Nakia, who now lives in Haiti. She told Nakia that Shuri had been kidnapped. It took a long time for Nakia to decide to help Shuri immediately get information about the existence of the Talokan kingdom from local residents there. At the same time, Shuri was met by Namor, who told her about his origins. He was known to have lived for hundreds of years. When Namor's pregnant mother suffered from an unknown disease hundreds of years ago, she and other locals were given a remedy in the form of a liquid herb found at the bottom of the sea. The herb was similar to the herb in Wakanda. After Namor's mother and the other residents were given medicine in the form of a liquid heirloom plant that was found under the sea. Now the plant is exactly like the heirloom plant in Wakanda, but this one is blue. After drinking the potion, all the residents, including Namor's mother, suddenly turned blue and had trouble breathing on land. That's why they were finally born in the sea, and Namor officially became the first human born in the sea. After the mysterious event, he was finally born as a special child, equipped with special powers and small wings on his legs. Just before his mother died, she said that she wanted to be buried in her hometown. That's why Namor and the others had to go up to the surface to bury their mother. But when they came to the settlement, they were surprised to see that many residents of the settlement were used as slaves by the Spanish colonial army. This made Namor angry, and he immediately slaughtered them all. Since then, Namor has really hated humans, and he has a great desire to rule the world. He asked Wakanda to work together with him, and if they refused, they would be the first nation that would be destroyed by Namor. Then Namor invited Shuri to go see the beautiful view in Talokan Kingdom. He also gave Shuri a bracelet because she was the first human to see the Talokan Kingdom. During their conversation, Namor suddenly received a call from Queen Ramonda. It turned out to be only a strategy. Namor then goes to talk with Queen Ramonda on land. He said if Wakanda refused, they would be the first nation that would be destroyed by Namor, and he would also go to kill Queen Ramonda. When Nakia arrived in the Talokan Kingdom, she pretended to be a soldier in order to gain entry. She then rescues Shuri and Riri and goes to the land. However, a soldier saw them. And Namor declared war because he believed Wakanda had insulted them. He gathered his army to attack Wakanda at that time. Now Shuri had come to her laboratory with Riri. But Shuri is afraid of Namor because he can fight them all the time if he wants to make war. And she orders the army of Wakanda to guard the border more carefully because the enemy can be aggressive at any time. In Wakanda, people live peacefully and with modern defense technology. But there is one mistake about weapons in the water: they are not deep. And Namor's country lived in deep water, that's why Namor's army can go into Wakanda City easier. While M'Baku was patrolling the area and Nakia was meeting Okoye. Soon, Namor and his troops succeeded in breaking through the Wakanda defense walls by using water bombs as explosives. Attacks were launched from various directions. Nakia and Okoye attempted to rescue people who were drowning. M'Baku then went to fight with Namor, but M'Baku was also attacked by Namor, who kept him away. Namor's army attacked Wakanda from many directions, which caused difficulties for them. Queen Ramonda then directed her army to evacuate all survivors of the attack. Shuri and Annika, who came in fighter jets, immediately aimed to kill Namor. A lot of fighter jets shot at Namor, but they failed because Namor moved so fast. When Namor was underwater, he attacked them with water, causing Queen Ramonda and Riri William to drown. The Queen, Ramonda, who was still conscious, tried to save Riri, but unfortunately, they both drowned. Then Okoye and Shuri try to help them. Later, they can save Riri. And Queen Ramonda has already died at that time. The death of Queen Ramonda makes Shuri the only heir to the throne. She doesn't want to grieve too long. She tries to continue her research on heirloom plants that are made from the DNA of Namor's mom, which she got from a bracelet, and the DNA of T'Challa, so she can get the power of the Black Panther to avenge the attack. Shuri had used a bracelet from Namor's mother because she thought that the bracelet might also be made from heirloom plants. Apart from that, Shuri and Riri also worked together to make various kinds of weapons. Shuri completed the new Dora Milaje costume, which of course was equipped with various weapons and defenses. She also tried to upgrade the Iron Heart costume so that it could be used in an unexpected battle. Shuri's struggle was not in vain. She finally managed to find the right formula to make a heart-shaped herb heirloom plant. Then she dissolved the plant and drank it. According to tradition, Shuri was sent to the world of the ancestors. But she didn't find Queen Ramonda there. Instead, she found her cousin Killmonger. Shuri was surprised and mad when she met Killmonger. She felt like she was left by her ancestors, and she also despised Killmonger. But Killmonger told her that they met there because they were the same and they both had a big ambition to take revenge. Killmonger also told her that all of the previous Black Panthers were weak people, and that he burned all of the herbs to ensure that there would be no next Black Panther. But now Killmonger has finally found the strong Black Panther's soul in Shuri's body. After that, Shuri woke up and was angry because she didn't meet her ancestors. Nakia then thought that their experiment had failed. But that was not the case. It was revealed that Shuri had actually obtained the power of Black Panther. Shuri became increasingly convinced of vengeance as she grew in power as Black Panther. She then went to meet M'Baku to make plans to kill Namor. Initially, he disagreed with Shuri's decision, but Shuri did not want to listen to him about the problem. As a result, the next day, the entire Wakandan army prepared to attack the Talokan Kingdom. Wakanda troops finally departed for the Talokan kingdom by ship as they arrived in the middle of the ocean. Shuri lured Namor and his troops to rise to the surface. As a result, the battle between the two kingdoms finally started. At the beginning of the battle, Wakanda attacked Talokan relentlessly. They had not anticipated the influx of Talokan counter-terrorist troops from other directions. Riri Williams wore an iron heart, and Shuri fought Namor directly in her Black Panther suit. Shuri then lured Namor into the plane, trapping him. And she had prepared, planning to take Namor to the desert. So, they could have a fight in the desert. After M'Baku found out that Namora had been caught, he then directed the Wakanda army to return to the country. But at that time, Namora blew their ship machine up. That's why the Wakanda army couldn't go anywhere in that situation. And the Talokan army surrounded and encircled the Wakanda army. At the same time, Namor and Shuri engaged in a fierce fight in a hot desert. Shuri tried to grasp Namor's face and body with her sharp claws. She then amputated the wing of one of his legs. But Namor was strong. He could still fight with Shuri. He then stabbed Shuri in the stomach with his spear, seriously injuring her. After that, Namor tried to return to the ocean because he badly needed water. He managed to take the spear out of her body and burn Namor's body. After that, Namor rushed back to the sea because he really needed water. But behind him, Shuri managed to remove the spear from her body and burn Wakanda's airplane, causes Namor to fall in the desert. When Shuri was about to kill Namor, she suddenly had a vision from Queen Ramonda. The queen asked Shuri to free Namor because she didn't want bloodshed between them. Namor finally surrendered to Shuri and agreed to an alliance with Wakanda. Thanks to that decision, troops from Wakanda and Talokan became allies and finally reconciled after the fight. Wakanda finally returned, and they could plant the heart-shaped herb leaves again. Before Shuri leaves Wakanda, Shuri eventually decided to abdicate the throne and hand it over to M'Baku, but she remained the Black Panther to protect Wakanda. Shuri then gave a gift card to Riri as a farewell gift. Namora was irritated with Namor in the Talokan kingdom because he had given up on Wakanda. But Namor explained that someday Wakanda will definitely need help, considering that they don't have any other allies in the outside world. So, they can take advantage of this opportunity to take revenge on humans in the outside world in Wakanda, where Shuri goes to visit Nakia in Haiti. At that time, Shuri burned a white robe, as wanted by her mother, as a sign that she had agreed to leave her mother and brother. And the film was finally finished. In the mid-credit scene, we were shown that Nakia had a son with the king, T'Challa. And Nakia and Shuri agreed to raise Nakia's child in Haiti, so that he would be away from the throne of Wakanda. Nakia brings the youngster to meet Shuri for the first time, explaining that she and T'Challa agreed it would be best for Toussaint to grow up away from the pressure of the throne. And she says that T'Challa prepared for his death but didn't want either of them at the funeral as the time wasn't right. Nakia also reveals that Ramonda knew about Toussaint earlier in the movie. She tried to tell Shuri something important about T'Challa but was interrupted before she could. It's most likely this is what she wished to share. Toussaint then tells Shuri that his name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. So that's it all, guys. The whole storyline of Black Panther in Wakanda forever. I hope friends understand the storyline this time. We appreciate your support. Please give me a like and a comment about your feelings about this movie. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and share. If you want to see more videos like this, turn on notifications to support the channel. I'll see you, dear friends, in the next video. Mss.Roth.Recaps says, goodbye.